Hey guys, thanks for tuning in on the Narrow Path. I hope everyone's enjoying this banging day here in Melbourne. It's beautiful. Apologise if there's a bit of background noise. Neighbours, he's fixing up his house and sorting it out to sell. Anyway, I just wanted to, dissect a bit when I said in the last vid that, I had a lot going on recently. That's why I hadn't posted as soon as I would have liked. What can I say really? I've just had a lot going on, just life, and I'm not used to working through stuff, processing and dealing with it in the right way, and to normal people, you'd be like, oh, well, it's nothing, this is normal life. Well, I'm not used to normal life, for 26, 27 years, all I did was drugs and crime, and if I wanted something, I'd just go take it, wouldn't care really about anyone else. And I guess it's hard because now that I've taken that control that I thought I had out of my life, that is like doing crime and stuff, it's out of my hands. I don't know what to do, like this housing I'm in, it's only temporary housing that I got through the program that I was in due to the courts. Now I've completed that program. I don't really know where I'm going afterwards, and it's concerning, especially with this rental crisis here. Victoria is pretty bad. I don't know what I'm going to do, I can really only hope that this public housing comes up just while I get back on my feet. I can't even work at the moment because I've got a pretty bad inguinal hernia that I've had for 3 years, and because of COVID, I've been waiting on the list, and plus going in and out of jail a couple of times. They took me off the list, put me back on it, so it's been 3 years I've had this hernia. And I can't really stand up. Really lying down is my best option, even sitting up sometimes for too long, I start getting pain, just the pressure of it. Basically, inguinal hernia is when your stomach lining gets a tear in it, and then your intestine comes out of that hole. So being in the groin, intestine drops as low as it can go, it's pretty uncomfortable and not fun, And I have been trying, even though I couldn't work, I have been trying, with the little money I get through the pension, through family support. I've been trying to start a business, to buy and sell cars. First one went great, made a few grand. Second one I bought 7 months ago, and I've basically rebuilt the whole engine. Every time I think that it's ready to go, it's like something goes wrong with it. It's like this car's been cursed. But I feel like I'm blessed because, 4 months ago, when something would go wrong with the car, I'd be so disheartened. I would be on the couch for 2 weeks, I'd just be in such depression, and it's like I couldn't function, but now, it's like I thought I fixed it, a week ago. I think it's something electrical now. I've rebuilt the whole engine, whatever it is, or with the computer. So when I think that, all right, it's ready, it's going to be good to go, and it did. When I first rebuilt it, I run the motor in for 2,500 Ks. It didn't skip a beat. The day I put it on the market to sell it, the engine light comes on. Just coming out of Safeway, just coming down, putting down the hill. And I can't figure it out. I'm thinking it's electrical. It's going to the shop on Tuesday. I'm going to change all the wires myself, and then it's going in the shop. I don't even know how I'm going to pay for it. I guess I have to pawn some stuff or something, whatever. Now that doesn't bother me. What bothers me is I wanted to use that money to bless my family, to pay my mum back, and I was hoping to have some money, I guess, as a bit of a backup for wherever I'm going to move, or if I don't have somewhere, you know, we just need finances these days. You know, you need food or housing or something, you need finances. Simple. Doesn't even look like that's going to happen. So, in one way it's concerning, but I feel peace, you know, like, I feel like my mind is coming, instead of being scattered and all over the joint, you know, it's like coming into like balance, you know. It doesn't matter what's going on, I feel like I'm becoming more centered, more peaceful. But it's lonely, man. Like, I don't go to church. I just feel like for the time, I really just have to be separated. You know, I want to get to know God and not a religious system of the box they put God in. You know, I want to see the God Abraham saw, who Elijah saw, Moses saw. I want to see that. And you know, for the past year or so, the transition I've come in from struggling to read, you know, more than a couple pages, to barely praying or worshipping, that now it's becoming the mainstay of every day of my life, of the main thing I do all day, every day, you know, like hours a day. And I can really feel a life, you know, that river starting to trickle inside me, you know. And it's hard because when I want to communicate to, I guess, say my kids, you know, I want to tell them that this is the truth, but I've got to be an example of it, and I don't want to just convince them. I want to show them, you know, like Paul said, I don't come with persuasive words, but a demonstration of God's power, you know. And you know, that takes time, so it's a struggle, because when I read the word I can see, you know, especially with like the Torah and stuff like that, we can see, you know, the 613 laws that have been written, which the law hasn't been done away with. You know, you need to look up the original words of the meaning. God created the universe based of law, because the law is his character. Right? So if you're doing away with the law, you're doing away with the very nature of God. Right? God doesn't change. He's forever the same. You know, like his name, his word won't return to him void. When he's sending it out, he's sending out a part of himself. That's it. You know, like there's no ifs and buts about it. But as we receive that word and it comes alive in us, it becomes fulfilled in us. You know, like Christ said, I didn't come to do away with it, but to fulfill, right? So to give us like completeness through it, you know. And it's hard because I can see how much I fall short. I don't know how to do what I need to do. Even Paul said, I don't know how to do what I need to do, but I thank God that through Christ, his spirit, I put to death the deeds of the flesh. So I've got to be patient. It's not I'm trying to lay down my life and not run the show. And that's hard because I'm used to running the show. And I get something in my head, you know, and I'll do it. You know, I'll force myself to do it. And I can't anymore. The only thing I've got in my head now is that no matter what goes on in my life, I'm going to pursue the word, prayer, worship. I'm giving myself to that lifestyle. Like, normally I won't talk about this, but I just fasted for 3 days. Man, I've never done that. You know, I've tried fasting in the past. I couldn't do it. So to me, that shows growth. So I'll just encourage you anyway, just pursue truth. You know, don't just take what other people say. Get to know the Father yourself, because that's all that matters, eh? Anyway, be encouraged, peace, and talk soon, some more. Cheers.